Don't tell him. If he finds out the baby is his, he'll destroy everything. The whisper echoed in her mind as the pregnancy test trembled in her hand. 2 pink lines. No doubt. No escape. Emma Carter wasn't supposed to see him again. That one night was a mistake. No, a disaster wrapped in temptation. A cold, powerful CEO who barely looked at people like they mattered. A man who treated emotions like weakness. And yet, for one night, he had looked at her like she was the only person in the world. Then morning came, and he walked away like she was nothing. Now she was carrying his child. Days turned into weeks, and fear became her constant companion. She tried to disappear, bury the memory, move on. But fate had a cruel sense of humor, because the next time she saw him, he was standing right in front of her. Miss Carter. His deep voice cut through the air, sharp and controlled. You've been selected for a position in my company. Her heart stopped. Adrian Blackwood. Billionaire. Ruthless CEO. The man who had no idea she was pregnant with his child. Or maybe he did. She forced a smile, hiding the storm inside her. Thank you, Mr. Blackwood. His eyes lingered on her a second longer than necessary. Cold. Calculating. Searching. Something wasn't right. Working under him was torture. He was demanding, distant, and impossible to read. But every now and then there were cracks. Small moments where his gaze softened, where his voice lowered, where it almost felt like he remembered that night. But he never said anything. And neither did she. Until everything changed. You're coming with me, Adrian said one evening, grabbing her wrist as she tried to leave. She froze. What? My grandfather is dying, he said flatly. He wants to see me married before he passes. And you're the perfect candidate. Her world tilted. You want me to what? Marry me, he said, like it was a business deal. A contract. 1 year. In return, I'll make sure you're taken care of for life. Her first instinct was to run. But then her hand instinctively moved to her stomach. His child. Security. Stability. A future for her baby. And maybe answers. Okay, she whispered. The wedding was quick. Quiet. Cold, just like him. No love. No words. Just signatures and silence. But living with him, that's when everything started to change. At first, he treated her like a stranger. Separate rooms. Minimal conversations. Strict boundaries. Until one night, she collapsed. The pain hit her suddenly, sharp and terrifying. Adrian caught her before she hit the floor. What's wrong with you? He snapped, panic breaking through his usual calm. She couldn't speak. And then he saw it. The medical report. The one she had hidden. Pregnant. His entire world stopped. How long? His voice was dangerously quiet. She couldn't lie anymore. It's yours. Silence. A heavy, suffocating silence. He stepped back like she had burned him. His face unreadable, his mind clearly racing. You should have told me, he said finally. I was scared, she whispered. Of you. That hit harder than anything. From that moment on, everything changed. He didn't become warm overnight. He didn't suddenly turn into a loving husband. But he stayed. Doctor appointments. Quiet dinners. Late-night check-ins when he thought she was asleep. He started noticing things. The way she held her stomach protectively. The way she smiled at nothing when she thought about the baby. And slowly, something inside him shifted. He began to care. But just as things started to feel real, the truth shattered everything. Emma wasn't just a random woman. She was the daughter of the man who had ruined Adrian's family. The man responsible for his father's downfall and death. The revelation hit like a bomb. You lied to me. Adrian's voice was ice cold again, colder than ever before. I didn't know, she cried. I swear I didn't know who you were that night. Everything about you is a lie, he said, his eyes filled with betrayal. Even this marriage. And the baby, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Is that a lie too? He didn't answer. That silence broke her. Days later she left. No goodbye. No explanation. Just an empty room. And a letter. I never meant to hurt you. But I won't stay where I'm not wanted. Take care of yourself and our child. Adrian found it too late. For the first time in his life, he felt something he couldn't control. fear, regret, love. He searched everywhere. Weeks turned into months, until one day he found her, holding their newborn in her arms. She looked tired, fragile, but stronger than ever. He didn't speak at first. He just looked at them. His family. "I was wrong," he said finally, his voice breaking. "About you. About everything." She stayed silent. "I thought love was a weakness," he continued. "But losing you, that almost destroyed me." Tears filled her eyes. "I don't deserve forgiveness," he said. "But I'm asking anyway. Not as a CEO, but as a man who loves you." The word hung in the air. Loves. For the first time, it didn't sound cold. It sounded real. She looked down at their baby, then back at him. "You hurt me," she said softly. "I know. You broke me. I know." A long silence passed. "But," her voice trembled, "you also came back. And sometimes, that's what matters most." He stepped closer slowly, like he was afraid she'd disappear again. "Let me fix this," he whispered. She hesitated, then nodded. Not because everything was perfect, but because love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing each other, even after everything falls apart. And as he held them both for the first time, Adrian realized something he never expected to feel. His fake wife was the only real thing he had ever known. And this time, he wasn't letting her go.